Hello everybody, welcome to day 50 of my journey to becoming the person that I want to be and a psychologist. Sorry, I just saw a fly and I think my sugar level is low. 1 second. My sugar level is low, but it's fine. I got myself Coca-Cola. Anyways, finally, we've come to this milestone of day 50. Half away from 100. Which is also another thing that we're gonna reach in 50 days. Today was a nice day. I started reading The Concise Laws of Human Nature. And some of you may know that there's actually a book that's also this. It's literally exactly this. But I think it's called The Laws of Human Nature, but not The Concise Laws of Human Nature. Now, the word concise, what does it really mean? Well, let me explain it to you. Actually, I can't because I do not know that either. I think that this is just a shorter version of the book. And I actually got this book a very long time ago, and I remember seeing the bigger book of The Laws of Human Nature. And I don't know why I didn't buy it. I think that I thought that only this one existed. But either way, as I read the introduction, which was actually not too long, but wasn't too short, like 2 pages. It was like 5, 6 pages of the introduction, which is fine. I read those pages, and honestly, it is interesting, and I've realized I see it now. I see now how what the book is really about. Because before I thought that it was only about just like how you could read other people, but it's more of like you understanding yourself and you understanding other people as well, which I haven't done before. I mean, I did. I kind of read people, but not to an extreme extent where I can know 100% what somebody's hiding or why they are doing or what they're doing. And it's like I don't think I focused on the book that much for me to actually understand in depth personally what was going on in my brain. And to be honest, my book had like different highlights and different highlighted words. I'm gonna find some right now. And I don't remember if I was actually the one who did that because I don't do highlighting. I don't do those things. And I'm not saying that it's stupid to do them or whatever. I just remember that I never did them. Can't find the page now. There. This. I never do this. So I thought my sister read it, and I asked my sister, I'm like, what did you do this? Should I put away the highlights? Because there was also like tiny papers right here. Should I put those away, those tiny papers? She's like, I didn't do that. So it might have been me. I don't remember. But either way, the book is very interesting. Like the start is very interesting, and I remember the book being interesting, but I wasn't too bothered to read it. So yeah, I mean, that's the beginning of it. The beginning of it basically just explains to you how everything is actually in depth and nothing is just, oh, he's angry because somebody did that. Everything is very deep and everything is not so easy to understand. So that's why I'm reading the book, and I'm reading the book mostly because of my personality and who I am. I want to know myself more in depth because there are a lot of questions that I have unanswered and I don't know how to answer them. And I have a lot of I don't knows on my own personal questions. So I might find out, who knows. But yeah, these 50 days have been amazing. Honestly, very interesting, very fun. Even though I had a lot of downs, um, that is the part of the journey, you know. A lot of people might tell themselves, "Well, I've felt so many times. Is there any point in me going back up?" And my answer to that is always yes, there is, because every single person failed, and the most successful people, a good amount of them failed a lot of times in order for them to succeed at one point. Because failure is actually success. And it is a weird thing to say and a weird thing to think about, because it's like that's literally the opposite of success, which is failure. But without failure, you for the difficult things, without failure, getting success is extremely difficult. It is mostly lucky, because through failure you learn how to not fail. So through failure you are actually learning to succeed. So without failure you can't succeed. And a lot of people think that it's like, oh well, I've been doing this for a while now, and well, I keep on failing. Keep failing, that's a good thing, but learn something from it. Because if you just fail and you learn nothing from it, that's actually like that's bad. That's really bad. So I think that everybody should learn how to just accept failure and accept that they are wrong in some things in order for them to succeed in their life. So yeah, these 50 days have challenged me a lot. They started off great with, oh, I'm cleaning up my room, I'm getting my clothes all tidy and nice, I'm reading my book, I feel good. And then it all started going downhill at one point, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. This is hell. Why can't I do this? A lot of questions were going through my mind. And there's still a lot of things to work on, but we're going step by step. I'm not gonna overthink about everything and be like, oh well, I'm still vaping, I'm still drinking sometimes, I'm still playing a lot of games, I'm not studying enough and whatever. I'm gonna focus on the most important things, which right now is studying. And I'm gonna study when I finish this video. Even though it's the start of the second semester, it is very important for me to get into that habit of me studying. Everything is gonna be much easier if I do a little bit every single day. So I'm gonna do that. Even if it's 5 minutes, I need to get into the habit of me doing that every single day. That's the first step and the most important step. Because without the first step, there is no other steps. But yeah, this journey for now has actually opened my mind a lot about many things, and understanding the point of view of people who are successful and them saying that their journey was not easy, and that if you're persistent and you keep going for the same thing over and over again, you can succeed in whatever, in whatever you want. And I feel like that is true to an extent. Of course, if you want to be as popular as Drake, I don't know if you need to sell your soul or if you need to keep failing until you make extreme hits. But who knows, you might never be as popular as them, but you're going to reach your peak. I feel like that is the most important thing, because when you reach your peak, you will know that you reached your peak. You will know that you have succeeded and you've done your best, which is the best thing. And I feel like if you're determined to do anything that you want to do, and even through failure you keep going, you still search for that succession of that win, then you will get there. And I feel like that's for every single person. But yeah, I mean, I've realized that because for some reason I became extremely determined to do this journey, and I just continue on with it. I don't have end in sight. I don't have an option of failure in my mind at all, of not failure, of stopping. Stopping is the opposite of succession. Failure and succession go together. But stopping everything, just stopping, is the opposite of succession. Because when you stop, there is no succession. There is no succession. You're done. You're done. You gave up on your dream. You gave up on everything that you dreamed of. Just because what? You failed a couple of times? Even though you see your progress, not physically maybe, but mentally you do. Mentally you don't think the same that you the same way that you thought at the start of your journey. Nobody does. Because if you do, you're doing something wrong. You have to keep an open mind about everything. And that's what I also realized. I have to keep an open mind and be humble. I can't tell myself I'm the best rapper, I'm the smartest guy, I can read every single person in the room and whatever. Even though I did have those thoughts, I did at one point sit with people and I go like, oh well, none of them are as smart as me. They're all dumb. I don't want to hang out with them. And they might not be dumb. They might just be people who are not my kind of vibe. But that's not for me to decide if they're dumb or not. The biggest thing for me to do is to focus on myself. That's always the most important thing to do. And it is the most important thing to do for everybody else. You have the ability to judge yourself, but not others. You don't know what everybody else went through. It just is that whoa. How do I say it? Am I having a stroke? That's the way it is, Jesus. But yeah, you don't know what everybody went through. Some people might not have an advantage to something. See, I beat myself up a lot for example, for the gym, because I've seen many people like going to the gym and working out and they get this insane body and whatever, and I'm like, man, I want to be like that. But I was forcing myself to go to the gym so much, and I've realized that the gym, at least in my surrounding, in my gym that I was going to, it's just not for me. It's just not for me. I really don't like the gym. It smells of sweat and there is just people going around working out and you just hear and then there is just these huge guys who look, I don't know, the smell of the gym, the smell of the fucking the workout benches and all the other equipment is just it doesn't smell good. And it's not only my gym, it's another, I went to another gym that is bigger and better. However, it has the same effect on me. So I feel like the gym isn't really my kind of thing. I thought about doing calisthenics, which is more like physical type of thing without having weight to lift or whatever. It's more like push-ups, sit-ups, and etc. Literally other things. And that really strengthens your core, and it doesn't really give you a lot of mass. And I don't really want a lot of mass, I want strength. I want enough mass so that I feel stronger. There is a difference, and I'm going to get that most definitely. My muscles are going to stiffen up. They're not going to get swollen or swole bigger. But yeah, I thought about that as well. And I also want to start recording all of my habits and all of the things that I'm doing. By recording, I mean like write on paper what I'm doing or in the notebook, and just keep seeing my improvement and what I need to do in order for me to keep going. But yeah, day 50, insanity. I don't know what else to say. I mean, we're here and we keep moving. There's no stopping. That was it for day 15. I looked at the minutes and I said day 15. That was it for day 50. Tomorrow is the second half of my 100 days that are going to come up. Most definitely, I'm gonna get to day 100. I'm gonna get to day 365. Trust me. And we're gonna see how far we've gone. Thank you so much for watching day 50. I will see you tomorrow in day 51. I love you all. Send peace to everyone. Sending hearts. Love you so much. And enjoy your day. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your life. Goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow.